everybody, and welcome to Christopher Garza Real Estate News. This is our weekend edition. So, a lot of interesting topics. Uh, One that really stuck out this week was I read this news article actually right here, WRD News, Seattle office building to be converted into multifamily housing. Super interesting, and again, don't really normally talk about condominiums or even leasing at this, which this right here I believe is going to be, from what it says here, company plans to renovate the property and to accommodate 68 one and two bedroom apartments. So usually that's condominiums they're going to be selling, and I looked into this. It's going to be uh, for leasing, so not a lot of great opportunity to build your own kind of equity with leasing, but certain people it really does work out. So kudos to them for pushing and converting this office building into something that can help out with the housing issue at the moment. So it's also going to come along with the small urban farm outdoor amenity area. With urban farm is really cute. Now, the property has been vacant since 2022, which isn't a crazy amount of time, but it does show that a lot of these office buildings and a lot of opportunity could come out of these these homes, as well as King County pushing for multifamily being built on, old residential spots. So they're actually pushing for rezoning in a lot of areas to accommodate for this housing crisis that we're going through. So I think that was really cool, and it kind of brings us into this whole topic and what we're going to be talking about today, which is going to be condominiums. So I will throw up the residential stats on there as far as the 7-day numbers, but all the stats that I'm going to show you today are going to be for one and two bedroom or fewer apartments in this actual area that I'm talking about, which is going to be the West Seattle, South Seattle, Des Moines. It showed up on my intro video, but Des Moines, all those kind of areas, or that specific area, these are going to be the stats that I'm pulling. So with the mortgage rates right now at 6.69, it's actually up from earlier this week, but down as far as yearly. So we have 6.75 was a little earlier this week, and then yeah, the what was it earlier this year? I believe it was 6.6 something. Oh, that was December 25th. So I saw it earlier this year. It was about little 6.6, 6.8, something around there, but still kind of hovering lower than that 6.8, which is good because you do see a lot more activity in that 6.8 area or in that 6 rate range. So with residential, the new listings in residential, we have 50 new listings and then 59 listings pending. So for every home that's coming on the market, a little over one home's coming off of the market, which for January is actually really good in the numbers, and the interest rates are really affecting that. Now, as far as condominiums go, we have 9 homes coming on the market and then 20 homes coming off the market. Now, that's one home coming on for every 2 homes coming off. Earlier in the month, actually, it was at the beginning of the year, I checked on condominiums, and for every home that was coming off, 5 homes were for every home that was going on, 5 homes were coming off, which is crazy, especially for the new year and so close to the holidays. Now again, these are going to be stats for condominiums and one and two bedroom or fewer condominiums. So for new listings, December it shows here, not a whole lot of them, 20, which is typical. All these numbers here, December is going to be the lowest number on all those. One crazy number here is pending. So for a little over 10 years, you haven't seen for the month of December more pendings than the month of November. So all of these, I think one of them was April right here, and that was in 2020 when the pandemic and everybody was getting a little stir crazy and did not want condominiums at all, or they didn't know what was going on. So we were all there. So that makes sense in the 2020, but you did not see that for another 4 or 5 years right over here to the left of November being lower than December on the pending. So super interesting seeing that, uh, which these other stats doesn't really show that, but with January stats already being so high, I feel like January stats are gonna really really outpace the December stats, which is super atypical for real estate, and in the fourth, the last quarter as well as the first couple months going into the new year. Average days on market, this is typical, 36 being more than the month of November. So you'll see here it always goes from November, which last year not so much. I think last year and then the year before that it actually went down from November. But prior to that, you'll see November going up into January and December being the higher days on market. Now, days on market for this one, I feel like January is going to be a lot lower, seeing so many homes coming off the market as opposed to being on the market. So, yeah, definitely condominiums are getting what looks to be like a push for the beginning of this year. It's going to be interesting to see how that goes into the spring and summer. Um, but yeah, I'll keep you guys posted on that. Now, as far as average percentage of list price, that is going down from the 99.97 that it was at in November of this last year, and it's at 95.9, which is still not horrible. I mean, you see it way over here, December and January, which is your typical 2018 right here, going to 2019 again. It's usually the super low percentages that you'll see on this type of year, or this time of year. But this is actually not a super low percentage when you look at interest rates and you compare it to that. So interest rates have been affecting so much, but as far as right now goes, people are kind of understanding that leasing is probably not the best bet, but they can't afford the residential. So condominium, definitely build up that equity. Uh, put your money in your own pocket in a sense instead of in your landlord's pocket, and help yourself out. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out and smash that subscribe button for me, and I will see you next week. I guess maybe in a couple days for my weekly market update, and I'll see you next weekend for the weekend update. Have a good one.